Today I fucked up by saying good night to my cat. Throwaway for reasons that will become abundantly clear. Obligatory. This didn't happen today, but last night. I just now am starting to poke my head out of the grave of shame. Last night me, 17 my brother, 19, and my parents, 50, had just finished hanging out and playing board games, like we do most weekend nights when bro and I are both home. I went into the bathroom I share with my parents to brush my teeth, came out, and saw my cat on their bed. I smiled and climbed up onto the bed to tell him good night. As I laid down next to my cat, one of my hands landed on something hard. What is? Oh fuck no. The second I picked the thing up I regretted every single decision I've ever made in my life. I had just picked up my parents' dildo that was just laying out on their bed for reasons I don't want to think about. My parents immediately began apologizing, and, when you're faced with such unfortunate circumstances as I was, you can really either only laugh or die. Since I didn't want my obituary to say something like, suicide due to complications with parents' dildo, sex life, I chose to laugh. So did my parents. I ran into my room and yelled that they better not use that damn thing tonight, or ever. They told me this morning they threw it away. Good riddance. Too long did not read. Wanted to say good night to my cat, ended up saying it to my innocence instead. Edit. They definitely threw it out. I saw it in the trash can. Theoretically they could have taken it back out, but I feel like that's not something they would do. Edit 2. A lot of you seem to misunderstand. I did not demand they throw it out. I'm not shaming them for having sex. But I don't want to know about it. All I'm shaming them for is not hiding it better. They can do it all they want, as long as they respect that my room is only just across the hall from theirs and that I'll come in if the door is open and the light is on to pet the cat. They threw it out because they have bigger and better ones. Honestly, be happy for them that they seem to have an existing sex life at 50. It's not uncommon for that to slowly die over time. They probably didn't throw it out. I betcha if it cost more than $50, they grabbed it out of the garbage before the garbage truck got there. I think that snagging your new username is a pretty valuable commodity. Make like your parents' dildo and don't throw it away. Your mom probably pegged your dad that night. I mean, it's not that big a deal. Everyone has sex whether someone wants to think so or otherwise, lol. Great, awesome, and all that jazz that your grandparents still get it on, lol, and yes they should have been a bit more discreet and not left it out, but shit happens, lol. Have a good laugh about it and move on. It's Q normal thing that one day you may even do yourself, so consider cutting them a little slack and don't go too hard on them, cause I think your grandma is already taking it pretty hard, LMAO. JK. You're kind of a dick for shaming your parents. Today I fucked up by telling an old coworker of mine my new salary increase. Edit. Thank you all for the wonderful comments. I truly didn't know it was illegal for HR to tell us to hide our salaries from coworkers, but thank you for those who pointed it out. Yeah, this company has issues, it really does. With old management gone and new management in, I just thought it would be a better environment, but I guess not. I know. I'm stupid AF. I should have kept my mouth shut and denied it. By the way, I live in the US. So I reapplied for my old job today, and got hired on the spot. There was a huge pay increase, and since I have 5 years experience from that job. I quit a year and a half ago due to manager issues, but the old managers are gone now and the new ones are pretty cool. But I've been jobless for a while now, it's been hard applying, so I reapplied here. Anyways, as I was leaving the HR office, an old coworker of mine stopped me and asked how much I'm getting paid. She actually threw the exact number of how much I'm going to be making, and she took that as a yes. Not everyone was getting a salary increase, but the HR lady only told me that because workers like me who have been there longer, were only getting a salary increase. Those old coworker of mine was there for a year before I quit. I left, and then a few hours later, the HR lady called and in a nice but a bit annoyed, and told me to not discuss pay because not everyone got the pay increase. A few people found out and were threatening to quit. I know. I'm an asshole in this situation. This is such a good pay, and I'm so nervous to show up next week and see everyone's face. Why didn't I just deny and look confused, woman facepalming. Too long did not read. I feed up by telling an old coworker of mine how much I'm going to be getting paid after getting rehired. And now I got in trouble with the HR lady. Not everyone is getting the increase. Oops. There is no law that states you can't discuss your pay rate with other employees. Companies often state you can't, but in reality you can. You've done nothing wrong. Not the asshole, not by a wide margin. The culture of not discussing your pay only benefits the boss. Hey, just so you know, preventing employees from discussing salary is illegal in the US. HR can get fucked. You have done nothing wrong, you are allowed to discuss your wages. If there is a problem that is for management to deal with. Additionally, they cannot directly tell you to not discuss your wages. The stigma in the US about not talking about your salary is BS. The only reason they don't like employees discussing it is to get away with paying people less than they are worth. Yes, some people should be paid less, but more often than not, I found I was making less and doing twice the work. More than once I trained men who were making more than me. Nah. It's not your fault the other workers are being underpaid. There's also nothing wrong with discussing your pay with your coworkers. How else are you guys supposed to find out if your pay is fair? Discuss wages, do it openly and often. Give your coworkers their due chance to rightfully question why management doesn't think they're worth as much as others. If they quit, good for them. Wage secrecy does nothing but give the company more power over the employees. Better yet, unionize. Edit. Also, don't sign any paperwork they send you in relation to this issue. There are laws to protect you to be able to discuss wages. I at one point got bitched at by a previous boss because I forgot my check stub laying on my desk. It said my hourly wage and someone saw it who had been there longer than me. I was making more. When pulled into the office he said it was very unprofessional to discuss pay. I told him I wasn't discussing it and if how little they are paying people is a problem it's not my fault people are upset. That was the end of it till I quit for a higher paying job.